What is up, everybody? We are back with our fan panel match reaction. Myself, Mr. Paddy Murphy, Mr. Chris Stonage. Before we get stuck into the lads' thoughts on the game, I want to give a shout out to our sponsors. Surfshark are sponsoring a lot of our content over the next month or so. If you don't know what Surfshark is, let me take a second to tell you. Surfshark is an app, a browser extension that allows you to browse the internet entirely anonymously and unlock the world's largest Netflix libraries, including the USA and Japan. It also keeps you anonymous when you're out and about on public Wi-Fi. Let's say you're at college or at a cafe, something like that. They'll keep your data secure using uncrackable encryptions and the most secure VPN protocols. Easy to install. One subscription runs on all your devices. Today you can get 83% off and 3 months free with the Anfield Agenda discount code Anfield Agenda or the link in the description. And how I did that with a straight face with these two pricks here beside me, absolutely just collapsing in fits of laughter. There we go. I managed to do it without laughing. There you go. Well done, me. I don't even know what's going on here.
It was just Paddy at the start. Paddy just starts doing some random shit and just fucking finish me.
I was trying to imitate you without saying anything, and then I fucked it up so badly, and I knew Chris got me. I'm sorry. I was trying to like mouth what you were saying, but I fucked it up bad.
I feel you both owe Surfshark a little plug.
Honestly, right, Surfshark is the best VPN I've ever used in my life, and I'm not even joking there. It's incredible. I watch so many games on there, but yeah, use the code to get 83% off.
And 3 months additional free, Chris. 15 months for the price of 12, sir. Look, gents, a lot to unpack in this one, but I want to come to you first, Paddy, because I know you were excited to see that midfield. I know you were.
Oh, I was. That was the one I've been waiting for. That's the one I've been praying for. And you know what? The first half, it showed me why I was praying for it. I thought it was phenomenal. We were phenomenal in the first half. Just such a fluid midfield. So much.
What were we, Paddy? What were we? What did you say we were there, Paddy? We were what?
Phenomenal.
Fluid? No. Yeah, but I just think like it's a perfect balance of a midfield. You have the rock of Fabinho, and then you have like the people on the left and right who can do a bit of both. Naby more defensively, and then Thiago with that special, skill. Yeah, I thought the first half was great. And I was buzzing to see that midfield.
That little bit of skill from Thiago, where he rolled his foot over the top of the ball as he was running. Oh my God. I don't even know what it's called. I'm so old, but whatever it is. Oh my days. It was unbelievable. He's just an unbelievable player. Chris, look, I want to get your thoughts on the team selection because that's the first chance we've ever had to see Fabinho, Thiago and Keita start a game together. And as Paddy said, first half, I just thought we were sensational all around.
I would say the word would be imperious. I thought we were, honestly, it felt like we were veterans, like we knew what we were doing. We pinged the ball around like it was one of the best performances, best halves of the season, in my opinion. The way that we just controlled the ball, it was amazing, boys. And we thought if Fabinho, Thiago, Keita was the reason. I think the first 20 minutes of the second half was a bit poor, but then after that, it was back to the same. It was brilliant. And on the team selection, I thought we could have done with a Henderson in there, or maybe even a Milner. But those three in midfield were, I think, especially in those sort of 45 to 50 minutes, were incredible.
I mean, one thing, again, Paddy, that stood out for me today is how damn good Trent is with the ball at his feet and what a range of passing he has. I mean, sublime from Trent.
Oh, listen, special, gifted footballer, but just a quick one. Just on that midfield. That midfield can be our Kroos, Modric, Casemiro midfield. I think there's a lot of similarities. I don't know. I think it can be. It definitely can be.
I mean,
Fabinho, Casemiro. Footballers. Yeah, do you know? But yeah, no, Trent, Jesus Christ, what a footballer. I mean, we always know what he can do going forward. The balls he sprayed, and bar for some poor finishing would have got his assists. And to be honest, as well, though, I thought he was defensively really good today as well for the most part, in a lot of key moments. Yeah, Trent, I mean, what a joy to watch.
I think a lot of people, Chris, could take note from Luis Diaz's unselfishness, particularly for that Mane goal. We often speak about the final decision at that end of the pitch, and he could have maybe tried to head it or bring it down, but his decision making was spot on. And I thought he was our man of the match today in the vote we did. I thought he was brilliant.
Yeah, I genuinely did. I think the way that he retained the ball as well, whenever he got it, was really impressive. He had a really good partnership with Robertson, which really confuses me because I guarantee they can't communicate very well together. But they look like they've been playing together for years and years and years. And obviously the goal that he scored was amazing. The way that he set up the Mane goal was amazing. I don't think personally he wasn't mine on the match. For me, it was Naby Keita. I thought he was amazing.
We discovered that last week, Chris. I mean, Kane clearly like Pirlo. Totti,
the comments, Totti it was today. Do you get what I mean though? It's incessant. But yeah, the performance from Naby was amazing. But I thought Diaz was just absolutely brilliant. And as the biggest compliment we can give him is that he looks like he's been in this Liverpool team for years.
He is a pest, Paddy, and I mean that in a good way. He's a pest to opposition players.
You know what? I'm proud and honoured to have been the chief and CEO of the Luis Diaz Arsenal community from a long time, even before we got him.
Move us, Crosby.
Yeah, that's true, Lewis. He's just bloody believable. He's such a joy to watch. In terms of direct impact, he's up there, one of the best signings we've ever made. Honest to God, there we go. Normality has resumed. He's just phenomenal. He hasn't put a foot wrong. The thing I've asked from him.
What is he, Paddy? What is he?
Phenomenal. Sorry, I'm having a howler tonight. I'm all over the gaff. That second half had me in disarray. But if I said in the recent stream that if he can tweak his finishing and just start adding the goals to the chances he's getting, and that chance, I just love him. He's honestly, do you know what? He's already my favorite current player. I don't know what it is. Him and Thiago just have ascended above the rest for me because they're both just levels of. They're just so exciting to watch. Not levels above. That's harsh. They're just so exciting.
Tell you what else was great, gents. The substitutions, looking at the sideline and seeing Diogo Jota, Bobby Firmino, Jordan Henderson. I mean, it's been a while, Chris, since we've been able to boast such a strong bench.
I think sort of since Diaz has signed, I think it's sort of reaffirmed our vision of our bench, because realistically, in before that, we always thought we had a sort of a poor squad depth. We didn't have a poor squad depth. It was just due to injuries and what have you. But now having a fully fit squad, having all of these players available, having Divock Origi not even there, it is a real statement. We could have brought on pretty much anyone from that bench, and it would have made an impact on the game. And that's as big a compliment as we could have on any of them. They were to have Jota warming up, like pretty much one of the most deadly scorers in the Premier League at the moment. Like Jordan Henderson, one of the most experienced captains in the world. It's amazing to see, mate. It's amazing.
I actually think as well, Hendo and Firmino really, really did well when they came on, which is very promising to see. Bit of a mixed bag for Ibrahima Konate tonight, Paddy. His first Liverpool goal, a phenomenal header, great header down into the ground. Keeper no chance. But to say I don't know what he was doing is probably me being kind for the other incident that we conceded from.
Yeah, I mean, it's so unfortunate, and I really feel for him because this was a big night for him, starting in the Champions League again, scoring his first goal for the club. It's his first goal, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was such it was a howler. It really was a howler, but I don't think it's anything to be worried about. I think it's just a freak accident. Hopefully looks like it won't come back to bite us. Why? But I thought defensively, other than that, he was solid. That'd be fair to say. I don't know. I thought he was solid, bar that. But yeah, I felt really bad for him. But I still love the lad, and he's an absolute baller, and he's our future centre back.
Look, if you're going to make those type of mistakes, do it in a game we win 3-1. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, and do it probably do it in the game where you score as well, because then it's like, okay, you're negative now. You've scored one, you conceded one, you're back to 0.
And I think
that's exactly what I said during the watch along. I said he's back to scratch now.
With Edu, in the first half, I thought the way that he just sort of shrugged off Nunez on like 3 or 4 occasions, I think he sort of outweighed the fact that that mistake happened. It was annoying. It must have been frustrating, but I think that performance was overwhelmingly positive. Like, if you look at every single minute of that game, Ibu Konate looked in control, apart from that 1 second. That was it.
For sure.
Yeah, I think that's fair. And look, as I said, mistakes happen, and ultimately, if a centre back or goalkeeper make them, it usually ends up in a goal scoring opportunity. So we won the game, but I think it's fair to say, Paddy, the goal did kind of shake us a little bit at the start of the second half. It took us 15 minutes or so to really find our way back into the game. I thought.
Yeah, absolutely. And then those 15 minutes is what the rival fans now are going to be salivating over. I got a DM. I was like, "Oh Jesus, Liverpool are so lucky." No, we're not. That resulted 3-1. Like, it should have been about 7-1. Liverpool should have been 4 or 5-0 up at halftime. We dominated them. Yes, we just got rocked by that goal, that mistake. We just got rocked. It is what it is. It was a glaring mistake. If that mistake doesn't happen, I reckon we start well again. And it was just a mistake. And naturally, Benfica had the momentum then for a few minutes. They're at home. The crowd is all. It's just natural. It's a European tie. I was never in doubt. Like, this Liverpool side, even when we have shaky moments, I'm still always confident. We always find a way, and we'll get on to the third goal and stuff. But yeah, I wasn't worried. Overall, 3-1 is a great result still, but it could have been 5-6 easily.
Yeah, all week I said if we could take a 2-goal lead back to Anfield, I'd be over the moon with that. And I felt like we didn't even have to get out of or get into top gear. Chris, I want to ask you about the show for a penalty. That we've seen that they appealed for. Obviously, the ref waved away. VAR waved it away. I think obviously in slow motion it looked infinitely worse. It looked like the way how slowly they made it look like Van Dijk had his arm on him for about 20 hours. But it was one of those that you see all the time. Forward knows he's going nowhere, cuts back across the defender, and hope for some contact to go to ground with.
If that's a penalty, then the game's gone. I hate that phrase, but the game is truly gone if that's a penalty. Honestly, Van Dijk put his hand on the player's chest. Now, if that's a foul, it becomes a non-contact sport. Like, if you put your hand there, it doesn't mean it's a foul. Like, it's ridiculous how anyone's even claiming this. But yeah, no penalty in a million years. And if it is become a penalty, then the game's not for you.
Paddy, one of the first things we're taught when we're playing football, when we're defensive, when we're marking, is stay touch tight. Stay touch tight. It's one of the first things you're taught. As Chris said, if that ends up being a penalty, the game's gone.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. Listen, there was a lot of talk about Darwin Nunez before this game. He's a hot commodity in Europe. I thought he played fantastically tonight, given what he was fed. Like, he was feeding off scraps and he played well. Konate had the better of him. He got his goal. He can easily stay on his feet there and still get a shot away at goal, still get a chance. He was in a fantastic position. To go down there is embarrassing, and it's indicative of the poorest qualities of the modern player going down so easily. If put that in a real life situation away from football, that contact would not be enough to put the man to the ground, and simply there we have it. It's not a penalty.
But do you blame him?
Nunez is a fantastic footballer with a great future, and if he learns to stay on his feet, he'll go even further.
Do you blame him though? Because in certain leagues, in certain climates, he would get a penalty for that. And why the hell not? Why wouldn't you go down?
Listen,
if you were going to help your team.
As a prolific five-a-side striker myself, I think I stay active and try and get the shot away, like a Luis Suarez type battle. He still had a very good chance there. It's just sad that he goes down there. It was never a pen. All the rival fans are going to look at still images now and touch themselves at the thought that it should have been a pen, and then convince themselves that we weren't that good. But it was never a pen. And again, the result flatters Benfica because it should have been more than 3-1.
I want to ask, and look, I've intentionally delayed this conversation because I didn't want to feel like there was knives out or anything like that. But it was a horrendous performance from Mohamed Salah again today, and there's no disguising it, gents. Wrong decision making, a little bit selfish at times. I hate to say it. It's one of those scenarios, Chris, where if he scores his chance, it isn't selfish, but if you miss it, it's selfish.
All I will say is on this situation, I understand the frustration around Mohamed Salah's performances recently, but form is temporary and class is permanent. We have to understand that at the moment, Mo Salah's going through a very complicated situation with his contract, with the whole AFCON, with the whole World Cup stuff. I'm not particularly frustrated because I think he's still getting those chances, he's still getting in those positions. But yeah, we've just got to wait it out because unfortunately, those misses aren't going to change the fact that his performances are a little bit abject at the moment. They are a little bit.
I do hear where you're coming from, Chris, but I just feel we see a great example from Diaz of squaring it to Mane for the simplest of tap-ins, and it was clinical.
Easy,
and if we do that at the Etihad, if we have a chance like that at the Etihad and Salah doesn't square it and we don't score, I mean, we got to be fair and treat everyone with the same critique. And
I
tonight,
don't think it was that easy.
He felt like he almost knew his contract was coming and he wanted that goal.
Do you think it was that easy to square it to Mane in that situation?
Absolutely, 100%. 5-yard square pass, piece of piss outside of his left foot. No, I watched it back to just before I commented on it. I watched it back because in real time I wasn't sure. It was very easy and he was wide open.
But the thing is, not outside of that, he was absolutely, wholeheartedly atrocious tonight. Atrocious. There's no redeeming qualities of that performance tonight. Seriously.
He gave the ball away an awful lot, which is very unlike him, to be fair.
And when you tweet on Twitter, oh, Salah was poor tonight, everyone's like, oh, how fucking dare you. No. It's like I should let him come into my house, shag my missus that doesn't exist, and be like, oh, thanks, Mo, that's fair, and you can do no wrong. Just because of how good he's been, you can still recognise he's been absolutely shite the last few weeks. He's been absolutely shite. And
but you can also recognise the fact that it will come back, Mo will
100%, hopefully. Absolutely,
of course.
He will.
Yeah, of course. There's no doubt in that, surely. But you can still acknowledge how poor it's been. And I put a tweet out at full time. I think Jurgen Klopp has a massive decision to make ahead of Man City. Because if I'm Jurgen Klopp, which I'm not, I wish I was, Mohamed Salah doesn't start against Man City. He does not deserve.
I mean, let's be fair. Hang on. One sec, lads. People in the chat are trying to say he's been fasting. He has. So was Mane. Mane didn't stink up the place tonight. And I'm fairly sure that sundown came before the game kicked off, and he probably at least would have had an energy gel, maybe, or something. And look, I will never know what it's like, to be in that position for a whole load of reasons. Religion, the fact I'm not anywhere near as good at football as Mo is, but ultimately, it's a continuation of some poor form. Let's be fair.
And let's not pretend that he hasn't had poor form before, because he has had poor form before. I
think Chris, I like this theory that he slows down as the season gets towards its end. He always comes out of the blocks and scores a lot of goals early in the season, and then he has a few moments where it's stick. And look, we're talking about this like we're trying to knock the man. We all agree 100% that this is a little sticky patch and he'll be back better. 100% on that. But Paddy's point is right. How long do you persist on hoping that the form turns around before we see an actual physical manifestation of it turning around at the business end of the season?
First of all, I want to say, obviously,
last season he was at it.
Sorry, say again.
Last season he was at it for the whole way through.
I don't think we can accuse any of our players of being at it for the whole way through last season, Chris.
I think Mo Salah was the only one, personally.
None of us were. No, but listen, I just want to say, first of all, on the fasting element, absolutely, listen, it's not easy. A massive respect to all Muslims around the world who are doing Ramadan. It's not easy, and it's massive respect. However, this form has been before the fasting. It's been before Ramadan. It's been since AFCON. It's been particularly poor the last couple of weeks, and being negative about a player's performance isn't turning on them. I'm sick of this narrative. I am so sick of this narrative. What are we meant to do? We're on a Liverpool fan channel where we're giving our opinion on the game. We can't just be like, what are we meant to say? I thought Salah was fucking great. He was fan-fucking-tastic. Why? We're not going to lie. We're going to say what we see. He was poor. And, we can't afford to have that sort of performance at the Etihad. One of our key players cannot have a stinker like that. If Salah plays like that at the Etihad, we lose the game.
I agree with you, Paddy, but last week it was the same about Mane. Mane's finished. At the end of the day,
but that's completely different.
No one's saying Salah's finished.
but
All agreed this is
like, you have to stick with these players because otherwise they won't come back for anything.
No, this Salah, that's totally different because Mane's been consistently below his best for a year and a half now, whereas Mohamed Salah has consistently been always
unbelievable. So would you start Mane on Sunday?
Right now I'm going Diaz on the left, Bobby through the middle, and Mane on the right. That's my front three.
But what?
What?
I don't
particularly like Mane on the right, but it's just. I'm not like. Listen, if you analyze performances and you say it to yourself, take away who he was before.
But then you say the same about Mane, though.
Let me just give you my quick take on this. I'm someone that says all the time, and people who have heard me say this phrase: if you're playing well, the shirt's yours, and someone has to go and take it off you. Equally, if you're playing unwell, I don't think anybody should be undroppable. I think that sends out a bad statement to the rest of the players who are working their asses off and dying for that opportunity. I think we're all in agreement. Mohamed Salah is a sensational footballer. We're delighted he's going to sign the new deal. We expect and we'll see many, many more great moments, great goals and great performances. But because of maybe mental, physical fatigue, a lot of pressure on his shoulders, some stuff that we can't comprehend, for whatever reason, he isn't playing well. And that I don't think is up for debate, really. I think we'll all admit that he's not at the level that he would like to be.
No, but then if he scores if he scores one of those finishes tonight, people say that he's back to his best.
No,
but he didn't.
I wouldn't have been.
But he didn't.
I wouldn't have been.
And how is that going to swing the whole thing? Personally, I think Mo Salah should start on Sunday because he is Mo Salah. At the end of the day, there is capabilities there to win a football match in whatever situation, right? Because he is at the moment one of the best footballers in the world, despite the fact of his form, whatever anyone says. Like, just because
you're not worried though.
No, I'm not worried.
If he repeats that performance at the Etihad, we lose the game.
No, because not.
I think I'd still play him at the Etihad. To be fair, and I realise that's probably a bit hypocritical.
Mane was stinking at the place. Last week, Mane was stinking at the place. Like, just because he scores a tap-in, that doesn't make his performance amazing. You know what I'm trying to say?
Chris, if he scored that goal where he should have squared it, I still would have said the same thing. His performance was still poor. I'm not blinded by the goals. And the Mane thing, as I've said, it's a complete different kettle of fish. Now,
so you play Mane, even though he's been consistently poor, yet you wouldn't play Salah because he's been poor for the last few weeks.
Mane's been in slightly better form of late. You know what I mean? The last couple of weeks. Salah's been in incredibly decrepit form the last month. I think, and listen, this is a futile argument that I know I brought it up. He will start. Klopp will start him. There's no question. But I'm thinking objectively, there should be a debate over it. We've seen Salah subbed off at the 60th minute today. He rarely ever gets subbed off, and I was thankful he was subbed off. And I don't like being like that, but I was praying it was him that was coming off because he was absolutely awful. And I'm just petrified. He goes to the Etihad, we go to the Etihad, and he plays like that again because there is something wrong. And I think it could be the contract. He needs a break. The AFCON stuff, the losses with Egypt. There's a lot going on in his life at the moment.
I honestly feel
there's a lot going on.
I can't. Look, we'll never know, gents, what it feels like to have the expectation, the weight of a nation on our shoulders, like that man had. He had to carry that Egyptian team. And to got to an AFCON final and a playoff for the World Cup and come up just short must be absolutely heartbreaking, particularly when you lose to a teammate, somebody who you have a rapport with and you both have to go back to Kirby. One of you obviously getting a huge congratulations, the other getting commiserations. It must be difficult. And add to that, as Paddy said, the contract negotiations. Look, we all love the man and we're all delighted he's going to sign the new contract. But I guess we're just a little bit scared that we're at the business end of the season, a potential record-breaking season for us, a potential historic season, and we're just getting twitchy bums, I think, all of us a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the man. We all, there's no question. Like, this is an anomaly. This couple of, it's going to go back to normal soon, but I'm just saying this is the biggest game of the season, and it's the biggest game of the season until we get to the Champions League final. It's huge, and it's this game is going to be won by the finest of margins. We lost it. We know about fine margins, the 11 millimeters that season, all that bollocks. But there's a lot going on in Salah's head right now. There is something clearly not right, and until that is rectified, I think he needs a break, and I'm benching him. I'm benching him on Sunday. I would look if I see Salah benched, I'm going to be happy.
I think what will happen is we'll get a contract announcement, a lot of goodwill, a lot of good vibes, and hopefully Salah carries that goodwill and positive spirit into the game of the weekend.
Now is the time. This would be the best time
to announce it.
Oh, this would be the best time to announce that contract. And then hopefully, miraculously, he goes and, bangs one in. But now would be the great time. I think he needs it. He needs that bit of feel good. Because there's no question it's playing on his mind. Because it's playing on our mind. So, of course, it's playing on his mind. He's the man living it.
Exactly that.
On that game of the weekend, gents, we've got the refereeing appointments now. Look, I got to say, nobody, and I think I speak fairly for Manchester City fans here, neither of us are over the moon with Anthony Taylor because they have form with Anthony Taylor as well. But the one that got me like a kick in the nuts, Chris, was the VAR appointment. Paul, fuck you, Tierney, as I like to call him.
They don't even try to hide it anymore, Craig, do they? It's funny. It's funny. Like Wythenshawe and Salford, within like a stone's throw of Manchester, is where those two appointments are from. They may, as Paddy Power tweeted, they may as well have the Gallagher brothers at the fucking fourth officials. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I just don't understand it, and I don't get how they can get away with stuff like this. Like, in the two biggest appointments, in probably the biggest game in the Premier League in the last decade, and they are putting people from a certain place where this team is from. It is mental. Honestly, I don't understand how they've been able to get away with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, naturally, you know me, I tweeted about this. I TikToked about this. And I had people biting saying, oh, so just because they're from Manchester, they're miraculously City fans. No, numbnuts. But if you knew anything, there is in general, obviously an inherent hatred towards Liverpool from Manx. It's a rivalry. It's two massive cities that have history. That's what that is, regardless of the club ties. They were like, well, if you Googled it, one's an Altrincham fan and one's a Wigan fan. Irrelevant. They're from Manchester, mate. And Paul Tierney.
His brother's a season ticket holder at City, isn't he?
Who?
Is Anthony Taylor's brother not a season ticket holder at City?
I think that's Chris Kavanagh's brother, isn't it? Or him and his family.
One of them.
But yeah, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the Liverpool bias here. But again, Paul Tierney in specific, we have history with him. He doesn't like Klopp. And I think after 20 domestic games this year, he had given an absurd percentage of our cards. You know, statistically, it was shown that he was being a prick. And it's just unbelievable. He's made so many howlers this year when he's refereeing and on the VAR. I don't know how he's allowed to get this game. There's no way it's a coincidence either. There's no way. They must have just been like, lads, who's from Manchester? Yeah, go on, you boys, you do it. It's safe. We'll not pay you to travel. It's just, how? How is it possible? I don't understand.
By the way,
and they're damaging their own product.
I've just sent the Fabinho knee slide.
Which?
I've just sent the Fabinho knee slide to the chat. You know, the thing that everyone was earlier.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny.
They, of course, Manchester City were in action tonight, gents, and they had a 1-0 victory at home to Atletico Madrid. Kevin De Bruyne goal after 70 minutes. I mean, I think Atletico will take that, Paddy.
Yeah, I was watching it. I mean, I had it on my second monitor. Yeah, I think at halftime, City had 54 attacks and Atletico Madrid had 1. Absolute terrorist to football. Diego Simeone is. He's an absolute gangster. He is an absolute nightmare. Yeah, he's a scumbag. I knew Man City would have a hard time. 1-0 is a decent result. I think City will take that as well, to be honest. But I do not. 0 shots that Etihad. Yeah, I do not envy City having to go into the Wanda Metropolitano. It's going to be a very difficult game. But yeah, Diego Simeone. I don't know how he gets away with it. An absolute gangster.
What about you, Chris? Do you think that tie's still alive there going into the second leg?
More than alive, mate. More than alive. I think Atletico take it to extra time and they win it. It's primed for prime Simeone to nick one at the Wanda and get through. I just think it's also a really frustrating game for Manchester City to play. Like, for Man City not to score in 70 minutes is a revelation anyway. But like, against a team that has 0 shots and plays on the edge of their own box is amazing. So yeah, I think they'll get more and more frustrated, and hopefully it gets them riled up for Sunday.
I mean, I know we'll speak about this moving on, but after tonight's set of results, I mean, how are we feeling, gents, going into that game? And chat as well, how are we feeling going into Sunday?
Listen, again, bar the Konate mistake and that kind of freak few minutes, I think it was a good performance. The first half filled me with a lot of joy. There's a big team. The worrying factor is if James Milner starts this game, I'm not going to watch it. Because people were saying, like, because we played this midfield tonight, we could be resting Milner because Milner's played the last City game, he played the Chelsea game, he played the Spurs game. If James Milner starts this game, I'm not going to turn it on. So please, just for the love of God, don't play James Milner. I'm sorry if that seems harsh.
I have to say, I would be absolutely gobsmacked with the options that we currently have in midfield if James Milner starts this game.
Milner won't start. No chance. No way.
I hope not. Listen. There's a big decision. The starting 11 is going to be massive for me. You're going Alisson, Trent, Matip, Van Dijk, Robbo, Fabinho, Thiago, Hendo will be chosen. This is who I think will be chosen. Salah, Bobby, Diaz. I think Bobby. I want Bobby, and I want Bobby, and I want the same midfield from tonight. But it won't happen.
I'd be happy with any of the three options for the centre, to be honest. I'd be happy with Mane, I'd be happy with Jota, I'd be happy with Firmino, all for varying reasons. But I do agree with Paddy. I think Luis Diaz has to start. And I was proud, Chris. I was actually really proud that Klopp went that brave tonight with his midfield choice, especially away from home. And I think it certainly paid off for him.
Without question. Do I think it will happen against City? Not a chance in hell. I don't think you can go into that game without Jordan Henderson in the midfield. But yeah, I think it certainly paid off tonight, and I think it'll pay off in the future as well. In terms of the City game, it's gonna. I would be frustrated if I saw Jota on the pitch to start. And I know that sounds very spoilt when it comes to the fact that he's the second top scorer in the Premier League, but I don't think he's the right player for this game for the first sort of 70 minutes. If it was either Firmino or Mane through the middle, I'd be happy, but I'd rather see Firmino, to be honest with you, in order of keeping the ball and seeing the best out of the wide players. So yeah,
His cameo was good as well.
Exactly,
so that's
exactly
a good sign.
Couple of comments from the chat, actually. One from Bernadette said, Thiago needs to stop with the dirty tackles. He costs us sometimes. So I tell you what, Bernadette, I'm just happy he's not doing them in the first 5 minutes anymore. Because he went through one stage where he was getting booked in the first 10 minutes.
Listen, Bernadette, with all due respect, Thiago could spit in my mouth and I'd thank him. So Thiago keep doing what he's doing.
Here's another one from Catherine that says, can I ask Chris and Paddy, did Klopp rotate enough? Catherine doesn't believe so.
No.
I think he did. Yeah, it's Champions League quarter-final. You can't completely take the piss. I thought he did because I think that midfield we've seen tonight was a good experiment. We won't see that on Sunday. I think Henderson comes in fresh again. We see Matip coming in fresh. And we'll see a different front three in the starter, like a Bobby coming in fresh. I think he did rotate enough.
And also, I think if we got this game won, which I think we have, I think we've got this tie won now with the 2-goal difference. He can afford to rest players in the second leg, which I think is really crucial.
Don't say that. I'm in Anfield. He better not. He better go full strength, Chris. He won't. He
I know you're there, Paddy. I understand that you're there, but he will rest some players.
Oh, Paddy's there.
Call me sick in the head.
Witness a prime James Milner performance in midfield against Benfica.
Oxlade-Chamberlain's going to put an appalling performance there.
Don't you fucking
Tyler Morton as well.
Call me Call me selfish, right? But I was like, do you know what? I want Liverpool to win relatively comfortably here, but I don't want it to be 4 or 5-0 because I don't want it to be a dead rubber for my first Champions League game because I'll be confident we'll do the job. But yeah, James Milner and or Oxlade-Chamberlain. If somehow both of them start, I'm never going to Anfield again.
On this, I did a video beforehand with player ratings and the man of the match poll. Right, a couple more before we finish up.
Did you see Romano's tweet?
No. Well, was it apologetic?
It's what Jurgen Klopp on Luis Diaz. He's a top player. He's a top world level player. It's a joy for me to work with Luis every day, and I'm more than happy that we decided to sign him in January.
Boom.
Brings a tear to my eye.
Boom. We love that. Anything from Kevin Palmer, actually, apart from his little teasing tweet earlier on?
I was looking.
We're probably
Take
waiting
it with a
half
pinch
10.
of salt.
No, actually, it is half 10. Actually, I'm going to stay on for 6 minutes because I've a feeling that this story's coming out at 11.
Craig is to be taken with a pinch of salt, mate. We all know this.
Yeah, but if you look at, you've got Kevin Palmer, so that's the Sunday World. You've got the Star, you've got the Mirror, you've got the Telegraph. I mean, there's enough momentum that I think there must
It's
be
just going to
something
be.
positive to it.
It's just going to be. Oh, Liverpool confident Mohamed Salah is going to sign a new deal. It's not going to be anything. No, I doubt it'll be anything concrete. No, if I see Ox and Milner start, like, what's the point in paying hundreds of quid to go to Anfield? To be honest,
Ox and Milnerson in midfield, full on Braxton.
Oh my God, no, no. I think Klopp will go full strength. I mean,
No, he won't. No, he won't.
It will be
we say full
phenomenal performance, Paddy. Phenomenal.
Phenomenal. No, listen, I think we're currently in a position where both of our teams are phenomenal, so I'm happy.
Phenomenal.
He
better go full strength. Jurgen, I know you're watching. Jurgen goes home after a busy day. He'll fly in, he'll come into his house in Liverpool and he'll stick on, I have to watch the boys on Anfield Agenda for sure. That was awful.
You're laughing at yourself, Paddy. Come on.
No, I'm laughing how bad it was. Shut up, Chris.
I was going to say, I was like, man.
I usually do a better Klopp laugh than that. No, that's terrible. I booked it.
I keep going back onto our Instagram to look at the ladies and gentlemen, that one, the N'Golo Kante impression.
Ladies and gentlemen,
it's match day. That was a great day.
Incredible.
That wasn't it. That definitely wasn't it. Should we'll hang on for 5 minutes. Any more questions? Whack them into the chat. Make earn his money tonight, keeping you away from the Switch, letting Izzy have lots of fun on the new Nintendo Switch.
Keeping him from Switch and me from Twitch.
I've just seen Adzak say, do you see Ian Rush out with Rami Abbas last night?
Oh, no. But
I'm getting
photo, by the way. Ian Rush was out with him and a couple of others as well. So maybe Ian Rush knows the final fate of Mo Salah.
I would say so.
Disgraceful, isn't it?
Because Ian Rush Ian Rush is employed by the club, isn't he? So
they should know.
Does anyone else shudder when they see Adrian Miguel tweeting?
What's he said now? What's he said?
I hate when he speaks. I hate looking at him. I can't wait. I'm gonna have a party when his contract's up.
I swear he signed a 2-year deal this summer.
What?
So I think we've got another year left of him.
Why? What have we done to deserve that?
But he's popular.
We're the only club in his career that's given him a new deal, by the way.
That's so funny.
So is he getting actual human money?
Yep, he gets paid to play for Liverpool Football Club.
Adrian gets more money in a week than the Twitch contract.
No, it's out in June. It's out in June.
I know everything.
It's over in June, this contract.
Did you not see the money video? No.
That was class.
Here comes the money. Money. That was incredible. Shout out Crosby for that.
Yeah, I just pissed myself laughing.
Our Twitch stream is going to be 2 hours now. Is that what I heard earlier?
Well, I have to average out about 3.5 hours a day in content, 6 days a week.
Basically, we've got a waffle for 2 hours a day.
For 1 hour prices, Chris, yeah.
Sounds amazing.
Only joking.
Listen, Craig, I'm all for upping the workload, but when you're going on holidays next year, 2 hours with me and Chris for a week, I don't think that'll be doable.
It'll be tier list. So long. Tier list for an hour and a half a day. That's all it's going to be.
Do you know what? I won't lie. When we were looking at properties to go away in September, and we were looking at some villas last night, I was saying to Sabrina, I'm going to be working this time when we're away for this week. I'm going to have to do at least an hour a day or something while I'm away to keep it ticking over because. Yeah, I mean, look, that's one of the appeals to me about Twitch is when we started this channel, we used to 3.5 hour streams at times and talk about absolutely anything. So I'm looking forward to getting back into grinding out longer streams and having a bit more fun. And it gives us a chance to improve our YouTube content as well because we can be more precise, honed, to the point, less waffle.
Yeah, like me and Paddy, we had a great time on the YouTube stream just waffling about anything. Like, It just got so random. in the
They're my
time.
favorite type of streams to do, though. I love being involved in these random ones that go everywhere.
We should do like a meal deal stream.
Did you see what Diego Simeone said before the game?
Go
on Guardiola. In the teams where I was, I never had the chance to have Xavi, Busquets, Piqué, Iniesta, Messi, all young. So beyond Guardiola's great talent, he was lucky to always be accompanied by extraordinary players. Simeone, I take everything back. You know ball. Pep Guardiola strikes again.
He's a massive shithouse.
Yeah, but he knows ball. And because Pep is a fraud. Oh, Pep done a great job at Barcelona. He was given the fucking keys to a Lamborghini and asked to drive the fucking thing. Everyone overhyping that ball.
I'm sorry.
And a full tank of petrol.
Yeah, and a full tank of petrol. And enough money to buy a brand new one in case it broke down. That's a great analogy. Clip that now.
I think we just have a team of editors standing by in a room somewhere.
It's just Crosby.
Come on, clip monkeys.
Wait, we don't? We don't?
Not yet.
By the way, Kevin Palmer hasn't tweeted yet.
No, he's just dragging this out now, isn't he? 11 o'clock.
Kevin Fraud.
He's a waffler. Don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Come on.
I mean,
the man has
he's
69,000 followers.
He's not quite on Bullshit Island yet, but he's nearing it. He's like approaching Bullshit Island.
I also do have to ask why the Sunday World would have this exclusive.
Yeah. What are we doing when our lives sitting here waiting
Who
for
even
this?
are the Sunday World? Who are they?
They're an Irish publication.
And why is it only on a Sunday?
Very good, actually. Very good at calling out criminals over here in Ireland.
They're Irish?
Yeah. Sunday World.
I knew they were in Ireland, but I thought it was like an English thing now as well, no?
Kevin Palmer is Irish. I'm almost certain.
Is he? I take everything back. Kevin, you're a legend. Good man, Kevin.
I'm fairly sure Kevin Palmer's Irish. I know he's got good Southampton.
His bio says Dublin and London, so yeah, possibly. Palmer's definitely not an Irish name, but maybe his...
Yeah, I reckon if it's an Irish publication, he probably is.
No, the Sunday World are excellent. Nicola Tallant, one of the best journalists as well, calling out like crime, underhanded stuff in Ireland. Very brave journalists at the Sunday World for that side of things. So look, nothing yet from Mr. at the real Kevin Palmer. It better be good. I mean, it better be good. You know, either that or he's got Rami Ahmad in a room somewhere, and he's going to sexually torture him, not physically torture him. You know, just sexually, just show him. Just basically give him no, I can't say what I want to say. I'm going to get cancelled.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. We'll stall that one.
I have to go 50 Shades of Grey there, but I better step back a little bit.
50 Shades of Grey.
By the way, speaking of 50 Shades of Grey, Mick asked me earlier on, can Surfshark mask your location on Pornhub? And they can, Mick. I can confirm.
Oh, can they? Overrated.
Yeah, my wife thinks I'm often, floating about on XXX.com, but no, I'm there, Pornhub. I often wondered what life must be like for the likes of Paddy was the premium.
I listen. I would never. No, I'm bad. I'm a horny man, but no. I don't pay. I'm not going to pay. That's a lie. I lied. I'm not going to incriminate myself.
That's a lie. I lied.
Oh, Kevin's tweeted. Chris
Kevin.
Has he tweeted? Or are you just winding Chris up again?
No,
I know. Yeah. I know.
I hope everyone's tagging him saying, hurry up, lads,
It's all that happens, I just have to deal with this on a daily basis.
I mean, let's look at the tweet again. The news Liverpool fans have been waiting for. A big moment is now imminent in the enduring Mohamed Salah contract saga. The story will be posted here this evening. Motherfucker, this evening's over.
Yeah, what evening are you talking
It's not. Technically, it's not. He's got 57 minutes to go.
What is he
for evening? No, this is night time.
Oh, nah. Yeah. Evenings until midnight.
Kevin's talking waffle. You can't trust anyone with a blue tick. Look at Chris has a fucking tick. The fuck?
How's that happen then?
Oh, that'll be removed once the English media see that he's not backing Harry Kane. That tick's.
Oh, don't fucking.
That's gone.
Oh, don't talk to me about that fucking fraud.
I'd say, Paddy, he defo has business cards with @ChrisDonnage verified on Twitter on them.
I actually don't.
To be fair, though.
I actually will do that. I'll do that.
I can't lie. I'd be smug if I was verified. Like,
Mate, I'd have T-shirts and everything on it, name badges, the whole lot. Like, I won't lie, I'm massively jealous. I want to be verified on Twitter for years.
I'll give
But
you my
apparently
account.
Twitter are afraid of the voice of the people. You know what I mean? They're afraid of the real working man.
I'll give you my account if you want.
Here's a
Give
stat
you
for
my
you.
account, Chris, and you won't. Never mind the tick. You won't have an account by the end of the night.
I have a stat for everyone.
Go on.
Liverpool have won 8 consecutive away matches in all competitions for the first time in their history.
Wow. We're fucking
Boom.
good.
Stick that in your pipe and smoke.
Right. Okay. All right then. All right. Thanks, Crosby.
Oh,
Thank you, Crosby.
we love a bit of Chris Slander. That's fucking sensational work. Listen, the devil works hard, but Conor Crosby works harder.
Crosby, I can't stand you, man.
Yeah. Jurgen Klopp says the tie is not closed. It's half-time. Benfica didn't get to the qualifiers as a present. They came through a tough group and then beat Ajax. They will go for it. Klopp's going full strength. I told you. He heard what I said.
He's
I said,
not
you know,
going
for sure,
full strength.
I don't want to let Paddy down.
Chamberlain.
If you
At wing back.
was Ox shouldn't even get in the squad,
Mate, Takumi Minamino is leading the line in that second leg.
Shut up, Chris, please.
I think bring back Oxlade-Chamberlain, the false 9 for the Benfica game.
Oh, yes. Come on. Let's go. Let's do that.
Adrian in goal just to surely take the piss.
Did anybody else get very worried when Fabinho hit the deck with that? And it was a completely accidental collision between himself and Otamendi, but I was worried there for a minute.
The Christian Eriksen incident has me stressed over anything on the football pitch now, so I naturally think the worst, you know what I mean? But yeah, thankfully it's only a clash. She seems to be all right. What a beautiful man. Hopefully Rebecca makes sure his head is all right with all right head.
Yeah, make that boo-boo go away.
It's OnlyFans, Connor. OnlyFans.
I get called a nonce, and this is what he gets. This is fraudulent.
Yeah,
listen, you radiate what you are.
You get confirmation of a higher level of masturbation, basically.
That's true, to be fair.
Which, if you pay for it, you probably are a nonce as well. Are you allowed to say the word nonce?
I feel like we can say.
Maybe not on Twitch.
Sure, we're off to Twitch anyway. It's all right.
You're not wrong.
Oh, well.
Here comes the money.
Money.
Dollar.
I feel like we've given Mr. Palmer long enough now. Look, we'll be back tomorrow. 6 o'clock tomorrow.
He tweeted. It looked like Liverpool. It looked like Liverpool were losing their battle to convince Mo Salah to sign a new contract last month, but there could be a twist in the plot.
Could be.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Could be.
Wow.
Bullshit.
Liverpool ready to set out
as per usual.
Liverpool ready to set out their stance in contract standoff with Mohamed Salah. Anfield Chiefs have not given up hope of keeping Salah at Liverpool, even though they accept he could leave this summer unless a new contract is agreed.
So he's literally said nothing in that tweet. He said Salah Salah could leave.
It has been a contract standoff that has been an enduring sideline story in the Liverpool season, but it appears the club's contract standoff with Mohamed Salah is edging towards a conclusion. Stories circulated last month suggesting Salah and Liverpool were a long way apart in the financial terms being demanded by the club and his agent and those on offer from the club. Yet Anfield Chiefs have not given up hope of keeping Salah at the club. The Egyptian, who will turn 30 in June, has a little over a year left, blah, blah, blah. Now there are suggestions that from Liverpool insiders that they are preparing to make a final offer to Salah and his agent, Rami Abbas Issa, even though they are looking to move above the 300 grand a week maximum salary on offer to their top stars.
Well, every other report said they'd already offered him 400 grand a week.
Kevin Palmer, CEO of Bullshit Island.
No, he's not. He's not CEO. He's just a resident right now.
He turned off comments as well. Look, oh my God, embarrassing. What a gangster. What a fucking waste of time.
Absolutely.
I'm blocking him. I don't want to see his shit again.
Yeah,
Hate that shit. Looking for click. How dare someone look for clicks and interactions with basically fraudulent statements?
Paddy Murphy, brand identity.
Right, gents, we shall leave that one there. Thank you to Paddy. Thank you to Chris. No thanks whatsoever to Mr. Kevin Palmer, you absolute shithouse. And I don't even respect this level of shithousery, Kevin. But we'll be back tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Sorry, Chris?
Have you not seen that video of Jamie Vardy shouting Kevin?
That's not where that comes from, you donkey. Because we're
It
home
is.
alone, you fucking fool.
Yeah, but there's a video of Jamie Vardy shouting Kevin. There is.
Kevin!
There's a video of Jamie Vardy shouting Kevin.
Yeah, but he's not the reference point. It's the minute.
Yeah, but that's my reference point. I don't give a shit about some shitty Christmas film.
Some shitty Christmas. Like even your level of film punditry is awful.
Here we go. Yeah. All right. Bring it in. Yeah.
That was deserved. You Vardy over Home Alone. What am I listening to here?
Unpopular opinion: Home Alone is shit.
Have you ever seen it?
You're asking. No, turn the stream off.
I don't care.
I don't want. I can't talk. Just turn it off. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
Listen,
we'll see
I
you
will be
tomorrow.
silent.
Cut it off. I can't listen.
We'll see you tomorrow. I've muted Chris, so he can't even speak now if he wants to. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 o'clock. Myself, Paddy Murphy, and Home Alone fan, Mr. Chris Stonage. Tomorrow, thank you to Surfshark. Thank you to you guys for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, drop a like on the video. Don't forget to unfollow Mr. Chris Stonage on all platforms, even though he's verified. And yeah, there we go. We'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.
See you later.